Hey family, it's your sis Lisa. I hope you're doing well. As you can tell, we're in a different environment because I just got my own apartment. Wow, 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 wow. So obviously I want to do an empty apartment tour, but I also, in true Lisa fashion, want to tell you guys a bit of a testimony behind how we even got here. So in 2021, I moved from Los Angeles back to my hometown, and I moved in with my sister. And it was really special because when my sister first got the house, or her condo, she was like, I'll save this room for Lisa if she ever wants to move in here. And I was like, girl, I'm not gonna need that room. Turns out she was right. She may have had some Holy Spirit, speaking to her or something, because, time and truth tells all. And that's what happened. I moved in with her. And so I moved in with her, and honestly, my first year and a half of being home, not to anyone else's fault, but just me, it was hard for me to adjust being back in my hometown and being back here because I had my whole future planned out in LA, and then when God was like, I got different plans, it was like, So it was a lot of adjusting that happened for me, and even like leaving my job and like all this stuff, like it was just a lot going on. And I can say I'm very thankful for my family throughout that whole process, for supporting me in all kinds of ways. And even my sister, she let me live with her for free for a little bit. I paid rent as much as I could, but it was just even the ability, like I know honestly the difference between me and a homeless person was literally my family. So that is something I will be forever grateful for and forever thankful for. So we get to the point where I'm like, okay, I want to move out. Mind you, this isn't too long after I'd gotten back to my hometown. So it's May 2021, and I'm looking for places. I find a place I want. I apply for, this is before I quit my job, I apply for the apartment under the moderate income housing program. Your girl gets straight up denied. And when I tell you they didn't even take my deposit, my application deposit, she took one look at that thing and said, this is not gonna get approved. And I said, oh, well, can we just try? They tried a little bit, but then they were like, ma'am, you can have everything back. You don't make enough money. And I said, that's fine. So at that point I was like, well, God has to have something better planned. Maybe I'm not seeing this right. And that point I was like, maybe I still gotta go back to LA. Maybe there were so many maybes in my head. And honestly, to a point where so many other things started occupying my mind that I had stopped praying about it, stopped thinking about it, wasn't even hoping for it at some point, because I was just like, I don't even know what is going on in this area. And I became content living with my sister, happy living with my sister. Again, we grew a lot together. We learned a lot about each other. And I think that was a really special and important time. And so then about November, October, something like that, maybe even September, one of the ember months that was not December, my friend, she had told us that she was getting ready to move to a different city because that's just what she felt God was leading her to do. And she was like, so yeah, I put an offer in or not an offer, she put an application in for an apartment. And I was like, she just did it. And I was like, a concept. And at this point I had my job, I've been working for a few months, and I was like, I can move out. That actually, remember when I really wanted to? Remember I made a list of things I would want, all this stuff. And literally just remembered that was something I really wanted and something I was now in the position to do. And so again, this is, side note, it is so important who you surround yourself with. My friend's faith ignited my own faith to something I had completely forgot that I was believing God for and praying for. It reminded me hey, this is something you want and you were praying for, remember? And I was like, I didn't remember, that's crazy. And so then I went back to the apartment search, and that was great. I honestly, when I say apartment search is a strong term, because I had envisioned myself living in one place, and I had really felt like if I just toured that place in person, because I looked online from my previous search, I've been looking everywhere. I looked online and I was like, this would be really nice, and I'd never come in person. So I made an in-person appointment, and it's funny because actually when I tried to make an in-person appointment before, when I was first looking, I just didn't get a response, but this time got a response, was able to come tour, and I really liked it. And I just felt like, well, God, this is the one, ain't it? And felt confirmation on it and felt good about it. And so they also showed me a 1-bedroom, a junior 1-bedroom, and I looked at the studio. The studio and the junior 1-bedroom, I honestly never saw the studio in person, but to me they didn't feel that different, and it was $200 less than the 1-bedroom. Now that doesn't mean anything because it's still expensive. If you live where I live, if you live in a major city even, you know rent is expensive. And I'm bougie when it comes to where I live because I'm a homebody. I'm gonna be here. So, like, it's expensive. It's a luxury apartment kind of deal. Like, it's expensive. And so, when I applied, I was like, we'll see what happens. And through some time, everything went through. Everything was good. And it was like, all right, you got the apartment. And when I tell you, I was like, this is crazy. Like, I don't think it was exciting, but it was almost like, I didn't tell anyone. I told people I was looking, but I didn't really tell anyone that I had gotten it because I was like, I got an apartment, but it was like months away. So I just moved in at the end of January, but I had gotten the apartment in like, what's the month? November. And like literally November, I was approved for the apartment. So then at that point I was like, well, Lisa, we about to start saving up like we are moving in, like we are already in there. So I started putting away money as if I was paying rent. So my actual rent now, minus what I was paying my sister, I put all that in a savings account just to first of all prove to myself that I could pay it, and also just like really start saving up and moving towards something. I hired movers, the whole thing. I'd gone back and forth about movers, but the way my life is set up, I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want my family to hurt themselves. And I had a lot of stuff, as she still does. So there it is. I just really I wanted to hire movers, and I went with a black-owned company because that's who I am. And it was really good. The movers were great. And the day before the movers came, I just got the keys, and I stood in this apartment like with it empty, and I just cried. I walked around praying, covering everything, thanking God, all that good stuff. Just me, the keys, and an empty apartment. Like, it was an amazing feeling, an amazing, overwhelming moment. And I was just so thankful for it. And that day, I had to work that night for an event we had at church. And I'm getting ready, about to go, and I get a text from two girls I go to church with, and they were like, hey, we know you just moved. Like, I was posting about it everywhere. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw it because I was so excited. She was like, hey, we saw you just moved. Do you need a couch? We were getting ready to return ours, but we couldn't, so we just wanted to know, do you want it? Like, for free. And I said, God, what is going on? Backtrack a little bit. That morning, on the way to get the keys from my apartment, I literally prayed. I said, God, can someone, I just want a couch. I need someone to buy me a couch. I need someone to give me a couch, something, whatever is in your will. Like, I just need a couch, because part of what I want to do here is entertain people, hold small groups, like help people get closer to God, like all of that. And I know this is part of your purpose for me, and I know this is part of what you want this apartment to be used for. So please, like, can I have a couch? Like, I just need a couch. And I had saved some money for it, but I didn't really want to spend it. And I was like, God, but I feel like I could use this money for other things, like all these overwhelming thoughts. So I just gave it to God and said, hey, I want a couch, please. Could someone buy it for me, or could someone give me one? And so that night, less than 24 hours later, when I was called, I'm like, hey, do you want this couch? It was overwhelming. It was crazy. So the next day, I had the whole day off. So the movers come, we moved the stuff from my sister's house to here, which, by the way, literally 5 minutes apart. I'm not that far away. So when I tell you me and my sister have a good relationship, we still do. We talk all the time, and we're over each other's places a lot still. So it's really special, really amazing. But 5 minutes away, come down the road, movers are unloading stuff, and right after that, my friends come with the couch. And when I tell you, like, we both had this testimony of, like, they were looking to be generous, and they were looking to, like, who can we bless with this couch? And I was like, I need it, God. And, like, it was just the way it lined up, and how God was answering both of our prayers simultaneously. Like, it's poetic. God is amazing, and I'm just so thankful. And so it was honestly just overwhelming, and sometimes it still is. Literally, y'all know I'm about to get emotional every video, but just sitting here looking around at like God did all of this. Like, it's overwhelming, it's exciting, it's incredible. So I'm working hard to be a good steward, to use this space for everything God has called me to use it for. And yeah, I'm so thankful that God has allowed me to do all this in His time, because I also think it's perfect timing. I don't think I could have been here earlier. I think I'm in the perfect position to be here right now where He has me. And I'm just so thankful. I'm so happy. So God is good. Now for the main event, probably the reason you clicked on this video, empty apartment tour. So I'm not gonna, I have a balcony. I'm not gonna show that, because if I show you the balcony, you will know exactly where I live. And this is the World Wide Web, the internet, you hear what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna show that, but I do have a little balcony, just as a heads up. So yeah, here's the empty apartment tour. I think I'm excited to get more furniture. I want like a little eating table to sit at. I'm excited to get more decor and really get it decorated. Like, I'm just really excited. But I'm going to pace myself with all those things, because decor doesn't grow on trees. You hear what I'm saying? Like, it's not necessarily free. And all that good stuff. So I'm just making sure I have all the essentials, making sure everything I already have has a spot, and then I'm gonna move into, you know, saving up to like do those kind of extra fun things. So one step at a time, we're gonna get there, but I'm so thankful, I'm so happy, I'm so excited. I know that I have some friends who watch and stuff like that who have been praying for me through this, so thank you, I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys watching. You can follow me on Instagram. Part of what I've been doing in this apartment is making a lot more content, because that's one of the things God allowed me to have it for. So follow me on Instagram. I also have a TikTok. You can follow it if you would like. Instagram is the best way. I'm not gonna hold y'all, but on everything it's at Lisa K. Satchel. And yeah, stay tuned in here. Trying to get more regular posting content, so I cannot wait to share more, to go on journeys more. We out here, we in here. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you're praying for an apartment, keep praying, keep going. Listen, there are gonna be times where you may feel a little tested. You may feel like, God, why not now? Just know that he has a perfect plan, and it's all gonna work out according to his good and perfect will. Appreciate you watching. Love you guys. Bye.